Hello, you guys. Welcome back to Colby's Corner. Today is Monday, so y'all are getting another one of my writing logs. I think we're gonna go with Monday for uploading these just because I did this because I needed to buy time. I needed to buy time because I did not have the numbers that y'all were expecting. And but we gonna talk about it. So, I wrote goals for myself. I can't find the sheet with my goals, but I remember them. It was to write for an hour every day. It was to sketch. It was to sketch like my characters and like sketch visually what I'm writing about. And there was one more. Oh, to make an edit page. So I will say I did 2 out of 3 of these things, and I'm gonna tell you right now. I do have an editing page in my notes, baby. I used it. So like the editing page is working. It does feel good to have like, if I have like an alteration that I want to make to the story, to like write it down somewhere so I'm not like wasting the time of like writing or whatever. So yeah, I did that. I have an edit page. I did this little sketch here, which is horrible. This looks like something out of a Tim Burton movie. Yeah, I don't know why I'm so like, what's the word? Not cautious, but like so hesitant to draw. Like sometimes I'm like, hey, you should draw this. But like, I don't know. I just put a lot of pressure on it, or I like hype it up to be like this big thing. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna draw, but like it's just drawing, you guys. And so yeah, I'm like trying to like figure out my art style or whatever. I don't know, but I gave my character, I've decided that my main character has a new hairstyle. I want her to have braids. I saw this one girl on Twitter, shout out to her. She has this hairstyle that I think is so whimsical, and I think it fits my character so well. Shout out to her. Can y'all even see that? Y'all aren't gonna be able to see, but she has like braids. She has these green braids which match my character. She has these green braids, and like one of the braids is like a forehead curl, and I just think it works so good. I think it's so whimsical, it's so fantastical, and I just think it's amazing. So I changed that. And then writing wise, I am at, let's see, I am at 29,204 words. And we are, I don't know why my camera keeps going blurry. I'm so sorry. But let me see can I see how many words I have written in the past week? I'm going to be so honest. I have not been writing for an hour every day. I don't know why. I'm a flop. Just stay with me. But the thing is, I have kind of made up for it. Like if I didn't do an hour this day, I would do 2 hours the next day. So like I kind of made it up in that aspect. Let me see how many words this is. But yeah, so it's just been a struggle to like really like get onto the page. But I'm in the mood now. Today I'm gonna get a lot of words done because like I'm in the mood. I was just writing. I found a song to put on repeat. It's Hustle That Cat by RuPaul. Hustle That Cat has been on repeat for me. I wrote 1,000 words, so that's not even almost 2,000. I haven't written that many words. I'm a flop. I know. Get tomato, boo, tomato. But what can you do? Also, life has just been beating my ass, so it's been a little bit of a struggle. But I'm here. I'm back in the vibe. Let me talk about, I guess, what I'm writing right now, because I have two things to talk about, and then we'll leave. We're gonna make this quick. First is, what do you do when like you're writing something and you don't think it's good? Like, how do you push that out of your mind? Because I was thinking about, I let my father read the first chapter, and he was like, this is good, whatever. But he said I should share it with somebody else, because my dad is more into like Game of Thrones and like serious stuff, and this is a middle grade fantasy novel, and so I was thinking about sharing it with like middle graders or whatever. And I went back to read the first chapter. I'm like, okay, let me read this. Does this hit everything it needs to hit? Is this a way that is this in a form is this in a form that I would like to share with other people, right? That's what I was doing. And I was just going through it and I was like, I don't like it. I was literally like, I don't like that. And I wanted to make so many changes. And I just sat there and I was like, I don't think I like, and I just read through like everything. I was just like hating everything I was writing. I think I was also just in a mood. So I'm going to charge it to that. But yeah, like, how do you know what feelings you have about your novel are valid? And then here's something else that I have a huger struggle with. When it comes to art, how do you value other people's opinions mixed with your own opinions? Like, how do you... Like, for example, a lot of pop stars who have hit songs, they hate the hit songs. Like, they think the hit music that they have is bad. Like, they just don't have a... And so to someone like me, I'm like, this is excellent. Like, oh my God. To compare it to Normani. Normani has this song called Take My Time that I believe it is so good. I think is a hit waiting to be made. It's literally one of my favorite songs she's ever put out, right? She hates that song. She hates it. She didn't want to put it out. She does it. Like, I don't think she's ever going to perform that song live. And it's just like, that's kind of how art is. Like, once you put it out into the world, it's up to them to make a decision. But how do you, because I think there is objectively good art and objectively bad art. Like, there is such things as bad books, you know? Like, there is such thing as like, this book just isn't written well, this isn't good, you know? That's a thing. But also when it comes to books, it's all what's the word, it's all up to interpretation. That's not the word. It's all y'all know the word when it's like up to audience, subjective. It's all subjective, you know? And so like, how do you find a balance when you're writing or creating art between this being objectively good, but also like it being subject? Like, where is that balance, you know? Because I think there are books that we can all look at and we're like, that's just a good book. It's a good written book. Like, obviously, some people may like it more than others, and that's where the, you know, subjectiveness comes from and all that. But like, objectively, there are some books that are just good. And so how do y'all get what I'm saying? I'm trying to find the words, but how do you like mentally wrap your head around that and like let your work be, you know? Because my first draft, my mom said she loved my first draft, and like my family, they read it and they was like, you know, do you think this is good? Mind you, I hated it, and I also just don't think it's written well. I think it's bloated. I think there's too many characters in the original draft. I think it is like, I think the plot is everywhere. I just think it's not fundamentally good, but like they loved it. So it's just like, where does the line get drawn? Where does the line get drawn? Because also they're my family members, so are they gonna say like, this is the worst shit I've ever heard? No, like, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. So that's something I'm dealing with. Also, I feel like I just lost the words. It was two things. So, I have an idea. What are your thoughts on this idea? I am thinking of, how do y'all do like when a scene shifts? So like this, I'm ending this scene that I just finished and I'm like starting it. Okay, so it's days later. Like, this event happens. The story is picking back up like days later. And so I'm thinking I'm going to use my main character writing letters to represent that. Like, whenever we're moving on, like, okay, this is 3 days later, this is a week later, this is weekly. I think I'm gonna communicate that through letters. What are y'all thoughts on that? Like, how would that work? I might have to look that up, but I think that's interesting because also I think I think it ties in because, mind you, this is a Christmas story, and around Christmas you're writing letters to Santa, family members, you know, postcard, you know, all that. So I think it works. I ate. And so I just think that's a really interesting thing, but I'm just trying to figure out how do I do that. Should I read a little bit of it to y'all? Okay, so I started it. So it ends off in dialogue. One character's like, what do we have to lose? Well, I think that doll knows something. Mind you, there's toys are alive and all that. So stay with me. One character's like, I think that doll knows something. And then the last dialogue of this scene is definitely Maybelle agreed. And then I followed it up with days later. Maybelle worked on writing another letter to her mother. They had become a sort of therapy for her. For some reason, it never resonated with her that her mother might actually read these letters. And then we go into the letter, Dear Mom, da-da-da-da. Is that fine? That little writing I did where I'm like, days later, Maybelle worked on another letter to her mother, da-da-da-da, because I'm like setting the scene. Or should I just go in after her dialogue? I write, Dear Mom, it's been a couple days since, whatever. Or I could put the date. And then, but also this is for middle grade. Is that too complex for middle graders, do you think? Like, is it like, are they going to put the dates together? But also, I believe in respecting your audience because I grew up on a lot of like shows and books or whatever that I believe really, really trusted their audience. It made me like piece things together. And so I believe that children are smart. I believe that children can piece it together and be like, this is, but is that too much? Because also the dates are a bit weird. I'm not going to describe it now because I think, I don't want to share too much, but the way that dates are in this world, they decide the date a little bit differently. Follow me there. So yeah, I'm thinking about that, but that's where I'm at writing wise. I think we're going to stay on track with our goals. I think I'm going to have the same. Are those going to be our same writing goals? Okay, let's try to come up with some new goals. Okay, so write an hour a day. We're going to keep her. Let me find a pen so I can write chat. How are y'all feeling though? How are y'all feeling? Okay, so yeah. What was I finna say? Oh my goodness. Okay, so 1 hour a day. We're gonna do 3 sketches. I need to do 3 sketches of whatever I'm writing this week. And then 3 what could be a writing goal? I think I'm going to try to I think I'm gonna reserve 1 editing day, because keep in mind, while I write, I love editing. Like, I love just jumping into a chapter. Like, I'll just go to like, what about chapter 3? And I'll just go back and edit the full thing. And so I am going to tell myself that instead of doing that every time I write, I'm going to save it to like Saturday? Saturday will be my editing day. I can go through and edit anything that I want to edit. Is that good? Is that good? Those are going to be our 3 goals. 1 hour a day, 3 sketches, and editing day Friday. No editing till Saturday. Saturday is what I said. Or Friday. Saturday, Friday, who cares? Yeah, so those are our goals. That's what we got. That is what we got. And we're gonna see if we're sticking to them. I have decided that March, am I gonna go blurry again? Please don't. Please don't. But am I in focus? Can y'all see me? Anyway, I'm finna end this. I'm so sorry. I don't know why this little camera that I be using loves to go out of focus, but let me go ahead and wrap it up. Yeah, I've decided that March is my month of discipline. This is gonna be my month of trying things and like just seeing what we got going. And so I say all that to say, I think I can stick to this. I think we're gonna stick to this. I think we're gonna stick to it. I've also been 3 days, nothing but water. 3 days, nothing but, give it up for me. Give it up for me. I've had no drink but water. And that's my goal. I'm 3 days out. I'm 3 days out, and I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. I think I'm gonna have a cheat day like late March, like maybe March 19th. That's the middle of March. I'll have a cheat day then. But until then, it's nothing but water, because I'm simply choosing this month as a way to prove myself that I can stick to what I say. That if I say I'm doing this, I can do it. And so, yeah, That's what we're doing. But that is the end of this writing log. This is writing log 2. Why are we out of focus? But yeah, this is writing log 2. I'm glad y'all stopped by. Come back around the same time Monday, or this. What do people say? The same time next week. I'll see y'all the same time next week for writing log 3. And child, if the Lord say the same, right? But yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for stopping by Kobe's Corner, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye. Also, wait. What are y'all thoughts on the lights in the back? Like, is this cute? We got the little LED lights in the back. Those are changing color. Mind you, I still got my Christmas tree up. And then we got this light over here. Is this cute? Anyways, bye y'all.